Hello, and my name is Liu Jie. I'm from Pure Raw. Today, I'm going to share this content with you. And in 2021, and we have this golden tag series. And in 2021, and we have the new breeding series. This is a new step for us. I will go into details. And it is called the Taste the Love in Every Bite. Why we choose this main theme line. And in this series R&D, we want to offer a more completed or needed and digestible food for the pets. As known to you, we have more protein, all kinds of additives. And does pet need it? How much can pets digest? And some of you come from the breeding functions of this industry, and we know that the same amount of they have more stool, and because of the digestion, and that's why. And in this series, and we really focus on the need of the animals, such as the volume of digestion, and we make out this R&D. Maintenance cost 80%. And we know that the breeding cost is very high, including some companies in selecting the right breed. And we want to say whether there are some problems and what will be, and whether the foundation is good enough. And within these and within the 10 months, and in this adjustment, we have 1 year research. And in our research, and we interviewed totally and 260 and very famous large volume and breeding houses. And in our market research, we find out a formula, and we still put a question mark there. We know cost relevant to health, and nutrition is relevant to health. If we put this formula together, whether the cost is the health, and this is one of the issues when we feed our pets. This is the pain point, but also concern on the mind of the owners. At a Pure Poor, and we want to do more, and what can we do to help to meet the needs of the pets? Let's look at the pictures, and this is about the breedings and the upgrade of the raw material. And we really focus on that the food is the hunt. What does it mean? The pet is a hunter. In its evolution, just like the southern Chinese people eat rice in northern China, and they cannot find the food easily digested. The same applied to the pets. Therefore, the main food is composed by the hunted food, and we upgrade the material, and we have the low sugar level, including the low sugar level ingredients. And also we have our hydrocarbon levels, and also we will see some of the components, and we have the animal components and all of them. And we use this lecithin and easy to digest, because the position of the breeding, especially family with multiple dogs and cats, and we have the first step maintenance. We have a cranberry and a blueberry, and you know the functions of it, especially the cats. And the cat house people know it very well. Good for the urinary and the antioxidation. The first step, and we have house it. And the other thing I would say, and in this process, and this is the food, and we can see a smaller grain, and in it, and we have some It is small enough for the bite. It's about occlusion. Why it is very small, and these some special field it needs to be small enough. The kittens, the young pets, no matter it is dogs or the cats, and at a younger age, and they need to have the goat milk in our questionnaire feedback. A lot of pet owners or raisers, because the content of meat is so high, and mixed with the milk, it cannot be stirred or mixed well. Sometimes it's too cold. And that's why, and we make the chunk smaller and easy to mix with milk for feeding. The other thing is about occlusion, and with the higher level of meat, and they have very tight meat, not easy to bite. That's why in the young pets and the older pets, they need a smaller chunk and easy to grind, but it's not choked. The large food chunk and some very sharp angles, and it is not very comfortable because the old pets have no such big power to swallow, with very small or narrow channel for GI. And in the R&D process, this is the bone meat. And in our gold tag, we have 10% of freeze dried, includes the freeze-dried chicken and the duck. And you know the selling point of freeze-dried, people know it quite well, like the last presentation. And we really focus on the scientific way of production. Why in the breeding series we add 10% pure flesh and blood, these food, because we want to mimic the hunted food, and this is our designing philosophy. And the other thing I want to say, it is single animal protein, and in a 2.0 freeze-dried, and we use a single animal protein, and we use the chicken chest and the chicken liver, and also the eggs. And with this composition, people find it is the poultry product, and digestion and the molecule of the protein is easy to digest. And we really focus on the food price nutrition, and we have one idea, and while we study and this meat and easy breeding, and you just put it into water, it is the main, it's kind of canned food, and this is our goal. And why we use a food price, and people know our company, and we have and many pets like the meat. And if you have this food nutrition diets, and the pets eat a lot of meat, less grain, they find out that meat, especially among dogs, a lot of meat and other intake cannot lead to a balanced diet. And is it a food nutrition diet? That's why we want to move to the food nutrition diets. And especially some special pets, dogs and the cats, and we have a higher level of freeze-dried. They can get what they want and what they need, and that's why we add in 10%. And on site, and in this process, and when it is opened, and it has the slice of the meat, it is built upon the fresh meat, and this is the feature of it. And the other thing is about we have 13 kilograms and no small packs. Within this industry, people know it. What does it mean? 13 kilograms, very good, cost effective. And the add of the freeze-dried is 1.3 kilograms. That is 10%. 10% of freeze-dried and fresh meat. And in every bite, the dog can have good meat, and they would love it. And in testing it, At 10 months testing, at the same digestion volume, and the stool is quite small with our product, and many industry players know what is the hidden line, which means higher digesting level. It is more effective. And this is another 4 flavors. And what is the flavors? And 3 for cats, 1 for dog, and 3 for cats, 1 for dog. And it is mainly for highly accepted by the cats and the chicken food nutrition with 1,300 grams of food nutrition diet of freeze-dried, and this is very mild formula and high nutritional digestion ratio, and it is good company for growth. And in this testing data, I forgot to give you the testing report, and being committed, it is 39% for the cat food, but the crude protein is 42%, which means the committed volume is higher. And 97% of the cats, the hair, the skin, and they have a higher demand for it, and that's why we have this deep ocean fish. And we not only have the imported material, but also in the fish oil, and we have a lot of refined ocean fish oil. The EPA DHA is higher.
And it is also very good for absorption. We can raise the absorption rate to 0.6% from 0.3%. There is also the red meat formula, because for some cats that have more exercise, so there is a higher requirement for their stamina. That's why we have launched the beef and the lamb formula cat food. So you can see that the energy is the highest in that kind of cat food. And this is about the red meat formula. As for the breeding series, we also have a dog food product, which is something we added with only one flavor, that is the low allergic chicken formula. It is with a single animal protein, 100% made of chicken. Why is that? Because when we were doing the research for a lot of breeders of cats and dogs, they usually find a problem in common, that the intestinal and gastric health of their breeding pets are usually very fragile. That's why we chose chicken meat as the only meat formula. We believe for dogs, from very early age, to build a good foundation with the health of the intestinal and gastric system will be the most important point for such breeding. And when they end up in the pet owners' households, they are going to enjoy a healthier and easier life with a lower level of sensitivity of intestines and the stomach. That's why we chose chicken meat as the only source in that formula. Starting from June, we are launching many new products, and we are going to make these products available in Chengdu across all the local pet stores. And we also believe in the concept that prey is the best food for cats and dogs. And we are also trying to improve the absorption of the nutrients in the food so that the food can offer necessary nutrients for the pets. As you can see, 3 cat food and 1 dog food is going to be launched, and we hope that every day is actually about love and care. Thank you very much.